Good evening, it's Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. You're watching Ben Shatliff Tonight on this very special edition of our programme this evening. Tonight we're going to be discussing the Green Party. So I'm wearing green and I put on green sleeves to begin. And I've got green sleeves on literally. Green is my favourite colour, but that's not a representation of any kind of political thing. I'm just mentioning the fact that green is my favourite colour anyway. I am politically neutral, but I mention all the various different parties as the week goes on here and our series of special editions of Ben Shatliff Tonight. Now, last night I kind of gave a little bit of a cliffhanger because I did say during the beginning of the programme I was going to give everybody a little bit of a teaser. And as you get a little bit older, sometimes things go from the memory, and I forgot to actually give you the teaser. I was going to be asking last night, a little bit of preview for tonight's programme, what is symbolic about today's date, June 11th? I'll give you another clue, Thursday, June the 11th. See if that means anything, going back a few years and figuring out what we're all doing now in a run-up to the general election. I'll remember to tell you what the answer is to that a little later on. We'll do like we did last night. We'll hear more about the Green Party. And last night we heard about the Scottish National Party. And then we said the Scottish National Party there, but the Scottish National Party. We'll hear about the Green Party. And we will also be having a look at the news stories which are breaking from around the UK and around the world, which we'll do that in a few moments by looking from Sky News and also from the ITV News app as well. And I've also got a little bit of something to play. Now, again, this is not in any way, shape or form trying to influence anybody at all as to how they should be voting when it comes to the general election in just 3 weeks' time, just over 3 weeks' time. But I do want to play a little bit of something from 2015 from one of the Green Party election broadcasts, which was actually quite... It was the tune. It was just all about it. That's just what I was doing. It was just something a little bit different. So I'll put that on in a few minutes' time, and then we'll finish off with green sleeves like we started. It's always nice to have a nice little piece of classical music or religious music to begin and to end our programmes with. So let's just go straight in now and let's look at the news from ITV. Their app. Now, the main stories which are affecting us this evening. Now, the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, leader of the Conservative Party, today vows to cut tax, benefits and immigration in the Tory manifesto. Rishi Sunak has unveiled the Conservatives' general election manifesto as he seeks to boost his party's chances after a damaging few days following his disappearance at the D-Day commemorations. His offer includes promises to cut national insurance again, scrap a capital gains tax for landlords who sell properties to their tenants, protected pensioners and a promise to halve migration. The Prime Minister unveiling the manifesto at Silverstone, the Grand Prix, in Northamptonshire, the home of the British Grand Prix, that's my words before it's even come out on there, said the launch of his party's manifesto showed our economy has turned a corner and that his party's policies will ensure more British success stories. As you can see, I'm reading this from the ITV News app. Mr. Sunak attempted to draw on the legacy of Margaret Thatcher, pitching the Tories as the party of sound money, while drawing dividing lines with Labour. But the Institute for Fiscal Studies was quick to express scepticism about how funds will be funded. You can get more the takeaway from his budget there by going on to from the manifesto by going on to the ITV News app. Now, there was a new poll that was released by Sky News and also YouGov earlier on, which I will come to in just a few moments. In fact, actually, I'm going to come to it now, and the reason why I'm going to come to it now is because that comes on to comes on to the next actual story. The latest poll, which has come from both YouGov and Sky News, puts Labour on 38%, that's -3, Conservatives on 18%, which is -1, the Liberal Democrats on 15%, +4, remember they launched their manifesto yesterday, Greens 8%, which is +1, but Reform UK are on 17%, that's +1, that's just 1% behind the Conservatives. Now, whether that means anything or anything, of course, time will tell. We've still got 3 weeks to go. That's 23 days to go. But Reform's UK membership has grown by 50% in the week since Nigel Farage decided to stand as parliamentary candidate, according to figures seen exclusively by ITV News. Almost 14,000 people have joined Reform in the last 7 days, taking membership over 45,000. More than 4,000 people joined the party on Monday, June 3rd alone. That's the day Mr. Farage announced his decision to become party leader and stand in the general election. Reform also saw an increase in membership sign-ups in the days after Rishi Sunak's decision to skip the second half of D-Day commemorations in Normandy. Each new member pays £25 to join Reform UK, bringing in an extra £350,000 in the last week. If anybody wants to join Ben Shatliff online and £350,000 within 1 week, and also to help good causes as well, that would certainly be good. We could get a brand new specific set, not just for the election, but also for round the year coverage with that kind of money. That would be absolutely fantastic. And also another story as well on the ITV News app, and that's the fact that Hunter Biden, the son of Joe Biden, US President, has been found guilty of lying about drug use while buying a firearm. Let's just go to the Sky News app. A lot of that will also be what I've just read out as well. I must admit, or not conscious of time, even though we can do whatever we want on Ben Shatliff online. Sky are saying that the Trump campaign reacts to Hunter Biden's guilty verdict. Reform move within a point of the Tories in the poll, which we already said. But also Nigel Farage has dodged objects thrown by a protester today as well. The King's portrait has been targeted by animal rights activists. A remote island is on the market for £500,000. Well, Reform UK might be able to buy that island with the figures which have just come there. A remote island in Scotland's Summer Isles, boasting a rugged coastline with sheltered coves, caves and cliffs to explore, has gone on the market for bids starting at £500,000. I don't know if you can see that clearly. I don't know if it's got a slight look of from one bit from Australia, but also a bit of like the Millennium Falcon. I don't know. I'd just be where I'm looking at that, but have a look on the Sky News app for that. Right, okay. Before we start talking about the Green Party, let's cast our minds back to early spring 2015. It's 9 years ago. Since then, we've had 4 elections, general elections since then. 2015, 2017, 2019, now 2024. And very soon it's going to be almost an election for a big quarter of somebody's lifetime, and that's just within the last 20 years. But a Green Party decided to do something a little bit different. It was a little bit catchy. Whether anybody agrees or disagrees with what's the content of this, I'm just going to play you what was known as party political harmony, which was catchy. I sound just like my deputy. Does he seem like he's redundant? Oh, do I? Oh, baby, when you step into the booth, look down and face the truth. A vote for me is the same as a vote for any of us guys. Any of us guys. And there we go, part of political harmony, just as it said that an email came through that almost stopped the harmonious moment. But anyway, a catchy tune, but did it actually do anything back in 2015? Time will tell what will happen with the general election over the coming weeks. Now, the Green Party of England and Wales, as the Green Party or the Greens, is a green left-wing political party in England and Wales. And since October 2021, Carla Denyer and Adrian Ramsey have served as the party's co-leaders. The party currently has one representative in the House of Commons and two in the House of Lords, in addition to over 800 councillors in the local government level, and 3 members of the London Assembly. And the party's ideology combines environmentalism as well as left-wing economic policies, including well-funded and locally controlled public services. It advocates a steady state economy with the regulation of capitalism and supports proportional representation. It takes a progressive approach to social policies such as civil liberties, animal rights, LGBT rights, and drug policy reform. The party also believes strongly in non-violence, universal basic income, a living wage, and democratic participation. It is split into various regional divisions, including the semi-autonomous Wales Green Party, and is internationally affiliated with the Global Greens and the European Green Party. Alongside the Scottish Greens and the Green Party Northern Ireland, the party was established in 1990 through the division of the pre-existing Green Party, which had initially established as the People Party in 1973. The party went through centralising reforms spearheaded by the Green 2000 group in early 1990 and also sought to emphasise growth in local governance. Doing so throughout 1990 and in 2010, the party gained its first member of parliament in its then leader Caroline Lucas. As the party's support is spread out across the UK and is rarely found in electorally significant clusters, the party holds only one seat in the House of Commons. The Green Party supports replacing the UK's first past the post voting system with proportional representation, which would grant the party a share of seats in Parliament based on its national vote share. I remember going back to 2010 or maybe just a little bit after, and when I was working at the time, well, in fact, I think more often than not, most people, and hello to my nephew Zach, and possibly Josh as well, everybody else who's watching, fantastic, thank you for watching. Most people are aware of the fact that I have a vast interest in politics. Most people are aware of the fact that I've stood for council and various different things. And look, at the moment, I'm on a bit of a buzz because, of course, it is a general election. And as Ian Gale and Jackie Smith said on Good Morning Britain a couple of days after the general election was called, they said it's like Advent for anyone that's had political analysts in the run to Christmas. Yes, of course, it is the case. In 2019, the general election campaign happened during Advent. Frank Fergus happened at the end of Eastertide, and then as we're going into ordinary time in the church's year. But the point is, what I was actually trying to say is the fact that back in 2010, when I was working at the time, I had a system which was called Symposium, and that system, being in the call centre, you could tell how many calls were in the queue and various different things. And at the time, because I was still actively involved with the Labour Party, I said, look, it's all red. I said it's not yellow. I said it's all red. I said a good Labour victory. And then someone said, because all the calls had stopped coming through and it was nice steady lines, he said, excuse me, they said, just a second. He said, He said, it's green. He said, we're all of the fullest scenario then because we're going to have electric and various different things and they're all being green. But that is the perception which we'll possibly have of the Green Party, that yeah, everything is going to be such a way, we all go back to basic living and everything else. But is that really the case? Well, I'm sure we'll all find out. And let's just go back now, looking at some of the actual origins there. Because the origins back to 1972 to 1990. I'm not going to read all of this information, but what I'm just trying to do is just to give everyone a little bit of an idea into these things. No, I'm not going to read out what you just said there, Jack. Right, now the Green Party of England and Wales had its origins in the People Party, which was founded in Coventry in November 1972. It was renamed to the Ecology Party in 1975, that's the year I was born. And in 1985, changed again to the Green Party. In 1989, the party's Scottish branch evolved to establish the Independent Scottish Green Party, with an independent Green Party in Northern Ireland evolving shortly after, leaving the branches in England and Wales to form their own party. The Green Party of England and Wales is registered with the Electoral Commission only as the Green Party. In the 1989 European Parliament elections, the Green Party polled 15% of the vote with 2.3 million votes, the best performance of the Green Party in a nationwide election. This election gave the Green Party the third largest share of the vote after the Conservatives and Labour parties. Although because of the first past the post voting system, it failed to gain a seat. Many said the success of the party is due to increased respect for environmentalism and the effects of the development boom in southern England in the late 1980s. Now, could it also potentially be said as well that due to the policies and the fact and the success, maybe not necessarily being elected, of the Green Party as to why we now have various different things like more recycling and different things like that taking on the actual environmental issues? I don't know. But indeed, time will tell. Well, we will be hearing more about what's happening with the Green Party and their manifesto within the coming days. So now we've had the Liberal Democrats manifesto, which was yesterday. We've also had the Conservatives today. Labour, I believe that's tomorrow, as it Thursday. I'm getting confused, there's so much which is going on, but we'll all be able to read about it. Now, I am very, very grateful to the fact that people are subscribing to Ben Shatliff Online, which is absolutely fantastic. And even more grateful for the fact that people are tuning in to Ben Shatliff Online, especially the fact that at the moment we've gone nightly during this election campaign. The idea is 7:30 each night this week, but I'll tell you about something in just a moment. And I'll also remember to tell you what I about the teaser as well, which I said earlier on. But we would like people to come on and be interviewed and talk about what's happening during this general election campaign. I will be at Media City on Sunday, so if you are standing in these elections or whatever, you're involved in the Water Party politics, and you just want to air your views in a very polite, friendly and professional way, drop me an email, inquiries@benjaminfshatliff.com. We want more subscribers, we want more viewers, we want more likes, we want people talking more about what we're doing on here, because I would love to be able to turn this into a full-time thing to do, because I love politics and I love doing all kinds of various different things in the works of everyday life. It would be absolutely fantastic to be able to do more of this and to be able to put more into it as well. So, we can all work together by doing that. Right, okay. Tomorrow evening, due to the fact that there is another head-to-head or another debate of some kind which is happening between Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer. Rishi Sunak is the leader of the Conservative Party as well as Prime Minister. So Keir Starmer is the leader of the Labour Party as well as leader of the opposition, just in case people are not aware who they are. Believe it or not, that does still happen. So they are having a debate which is on Sky News from 7:30 tomorrow evening. So I'm not going to clash with the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition, or future Prime Minister and future leader of the opposition, whichever way things potentially work out. Nobody knows. Anything can happen in elections. They do sometimes. It's not always what people think is going to happen, which does happen. But anyway, so I'm going to bring the programme forward. So tomorrow I will be live from 7 o'clock tomorrow evening for Ben Shatliff Tonight. And tomorrow evening, we are going to be discussing Reform UK. I've already shot up in the polls. I've already got new members and various different things. Let's see what's happened by this stage tomorrow evening. So please make sure you join in live for that. The teaser that I mentioned last night and then mentioned again at the beginning of this programme tonight is a fact that on Thursday, June 11th, 1987, which was just literally a few weeks, like a month before I finished primary school, there was a general election, election 87. That is when Margaret Thatcher won I would say an historic third term. Yes. And 3.5 years later, less than 3.5 years later, she was gone. In 2005, Tony Blair, the Labour won an historic third term, and just over 2 years later, he's gone as well. This is something like third terms. Well, there's been 5 prime ministers within 4 terms here. Sorry, is it 4 terms or is it 10, 15? Yeah, it gets confusing. Right, okay. That is it from Ben Shatliff Tonight. I've had a little bit of humour as well as everything else. If you want to find out more about party political harmony, then just download on YouTube and you'll be able to get more. Here's another very quick snippet before we go. So the railways to companies, and we all agree on tuition fees. Set off the hearts of this broken nation. Yeah, so there we go, party political harmony. That is it for tonight. I will see everybody tomorrow evening. Take care, stay safe, good night, God bless. Thank you for watching. I'm Ben Shatliff. You've been watching Ben Shatliff Tonight on Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. Good night.